Is this like when a kid plays hide and seek and closes his eyes and he thinks you can't see him? It's not going to go away.
Well, let's look what's happened in the past 50 years in the country. Has it gotten better? Yes or no?
It has gotten better. It shouldn't, but it's lagged.
Okay, well, we're in the process of it getting better. It's not at 0% now. It will never be at 0% because that's just like, we're just going to have.
It's taken a huge step backwards.
I still just contend if those people would have never been on television, nobody would have died. A lot of people would have shown up.
So you mean the guy that was in the car who a couple hours before was protesting with the hate group, just because he saw it on TV, he decided to run him over? He was there.
No, because there was a big crowd there. Because the problem is when you're dealing specifically with hate groups, if you're going on CNN, say white nationalists set to march in Charlotte tomorrow, and you advertise it on national television, and you know that they're a hate group, bro, you're basically let's call it spade a spade.
If you're that low common denominator, that ignorant, that just hearing somebody spew hate, you join a hate group, then I guess you were going to do something stupid anyways. But at the end of the day, let them talk. If a guy's in public. If he's in public and he's saying, hey, everybody, stab somebody today, I'm not going to go and stab, So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what somebody says. You're the one that has to act on it, and everybody should have a forum to talk, no matter what they're saying. Obviously, if it isn't something lewd where there's kids or some other, morality clause, but that, I'm not a legislator. So, but yeah, I think everybody should have the right to talk, and you have the right to ignore them.
What do you want to talk about, Shane?
Hey, man, we can talk about whatever. I watched it.
You just cut out.
Apparently, they're tearing down Confederate statues here in North Carolina, so that's the big outrage going on today.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know
well, Shane, I want to just say, we discussed this for like an hour. Okay, like this whole thing. Just in summary. My opinion is that these people are such retards, like these white supremacists and white nationalists, that my take is it's not going to happen. But my take would be that we would just be best just ignoring them, like the news doesn't advertise their appearances, doesn't if they just basically just held their rallies and nobody showed up, that they would just kind of continue into irrelevance. But like when we, the TV loves racism as ratings and stuff like this. Like they get a lot of mileage out of it. And bro, like here's a point I was making, Kevin. Remember when I said the media is kind of like promoting this, kind of like they're throwing gasoline in the fire. Bro, this is a perfect example. Like the right wingers are kind of embarrassed that they're kind of now associated with this group. It's like these because these people really don't speak for many people. They speak for.
But don't they,
bro? Let me just say one thing. Let me just say one thing before you.
Let me just finish.
As Conan said yesterday, you always start and finish Disco. So let Conan say something.
You have a racist in the White House, Steve Bannon. That right there, let those guys know they could get away with this type of talk. And if you ignore people, it's not going to go away. Do you ignore, child molesters? Do you ignore a serial killer because he's on TV? All they're doing is sensationalizing what's already out there. It's almost like when rap music came out and they were like, oh, you're talking about all this violence. No, we're talking about what's going on in the inner city. So it's not going to go away. You don't ignore it.
Here's my point.
What?
Let me finish my point. On CNN, one of the top stories is white nationalists set to hold 9 rallies and here the cities are going to be in, right? Fox News, they're not even there's no listing of that at all. I was like, okay, so it's like, I mean, you can't sit there and just deny that the media is making a killing off of this stuff.
No, we can't deny that, but that's not the point. Shane, what do you think, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Conan. You can't just ignore that this stuff's happening. And I think just sitting there letting them do what they're going to do, they're not going to just get bored. This isn't a hobby for them. This is a way of life. This is a train of thought. This isn't something that they're doing because they got nothing else better to do. I don't think they're going to go away until they're confronted and put in place.
I I would disagree with that. Shane, I would disagree with that.
I live in a city. I lived in a city for 25 years that there used to be a sign that said it was a home of the Klan, way before I moved there.
Wow.
That had to be taken down. You can't just leave things like that up. It had to be addressed.
I'll agree with that, but my point is,
bro,
unfortunately, we allow people like this the right to free speech and the right to organize and hold rallies. Okay, my thing is that if you're going to counter protest, you're not going to like show up and convince these people they're wrong. It's just a combustible situation where you're just going to like. There's probably going to be violence.
Disco's answer is always don't talk about it, don't protest against it, don't do anything. That's always what your point is. Like I think we get it already.
My point was that their message is there's a common sense narrative in this country that what these people are preaching is complete nonsense. Like if you watch that Vice clip and you listen to what like the way these people talk, it's like who the fuck's like that? I mean, like I don't know anybody like that. I mean, like these are.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Trump does not talk like that, bro. If you didn't watch the Vice video, then nobody talks like that.
The stuff that Trump says in public, if he says the things that he says in public, how can you trust what he says in private?
Not only that, there is not one Fortune 500 company that wouldn't have fired him for those remarks. You know what I'm saying? And bro, you've got a guy in the who?
Wait, what remarks? Which remarks?
Remarks that he's made before.
Which ones?
Whether it's about women, whether it's about immigrants, whether it's about anything, bro. Come on, that's not presidential the way he talks.
Okay, well, obviously. I mean, like, come on. Nobody says Trump isn't presidential and anything he's done. Come on.
A good thing that the media is doing to counter your point, Disco, is they're highlighting who these guys are. And
I do like that.
Getting fired and shit from their jobs.
But
I
agree with that. Okay, let me ask you a question. You don't think Steve Bannon, being the chief strategist or whatever?
Yeah, the chief strategist on the National Security Council.
He's inside his ear. He's a far right guy, bro. You're not going to tell me he isn't. He's the type of guy that hate groups embrace.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I would doubt, that Steve Bannon is watching these people and supporting the message that they're bringing. Okay, bro, these people are walking down the streets doing with the Nazi salute. Who does?
Why would you doubt that?
Because I think they're an extreme segment that we are giving too much credit to. That here's
aligned with the far right, which is what he is, Steve Bannon.
When it comes to stuff like that, I think that's the only way you can really get over people that are racist and people that are intolerant.
It's Hughesy. Hello.
And people that are intolerant of other cultures is they go out and experience them. Everybody here on this phone call, because we travel so much. Well, I don't know how much Joe's traveled. I'm going to just lump you in here anyway, though. But because you travel so much and you just see all of this other parts of the world, you learn two things: that there are really awesome people out there, and that there are assholes out there. And it's not just one particular race that's any worse than any of the others at all. Everybody's an asshole. In America, it seems like it comes more from the white side just because there's more white people here. If there was more black people here, it would come more from the black side. If there was more Latinos here, it would come more from the Latino side. If you know anything about history, world history at all, countries fight, cultures fight, they invade each other, they kick the shit out of each other, and then they enslave each other. It's been going on all throughout history. But if you go out and hang out with people and you get to interact with them, you'll find out, man, there's a lot of cool-ass people out there, and then those kind of prejudice, they kind of disappear a little bit.
That's like George Carlin said, that he loved individuals. He loved talking to individuals. But as soon as an individual turns into a group, like people are terrible, but people on an individual level, he was a big fan of speaking to. But when it was a group of fans, he couldn't get away fast enough,
Joe, I would
like to say I don't like you on an individual level, Joe.
I like you.
I want to do this, Joe. I don't like your icon on Skype.
What did I do now?
Okay.
What is it? Let me see.
Well, first of all, people can't see this.
Oh,
Joe used to have a profile picture on Skype where it showed it was very disturbing.
My headshot.
It looked like a hybrid between like a child molester and a movie theater shooter.
Bro, do you remember that old? Remember that? Wait, I'll tell you even better.
Okay.
Remember the old guy? Remember that guy that used to come out in the Hustler magazines called Chester the Molester? that was it.
Okay, well, to get to the fast forward, his new icon is now his T-shirt design.
Of course it is.
Okay, come on. I mean, it's.
Here's the funny part, Shane. When you look at the icons, yours is just a phone. KG just says KG, GG, and then this one has JoJo the producer, but like up in lights. You know, like the old Hollywood sign. Yeah,
that's like having.
So he's branding himself. You know, I can get with that, man. You know, he's trying to build the brand a little bit.
That's like
having
JoJo brand
on Chatterbait.
That's like having an egg as your Twitter thing. You got to have something on there.
Yeah, he's the JoJo sexual.
Exactly.